Welcome back. As promised in my previous lesson, I'll be discussing how to generate power in your punches today. So I'm actually going to discuss two things here today. Number one is where to punch. So in the last video we learned how to. Today we're going to see exactly where to punch. And number two, the power generation. So how are you going to bring power in your punches? How are you going to make your punches explosive? We'll see that today. So let me start with the hand positions first. Yeah. So in the last lesson we learned 1, 2, 3. Now today we're going to target. So when that punch is actually a simple basic middle punch. Yeah. So there's one upper punch and lower. We will see that later. But this is the middle punch. It's done between just below your neck till your navel. You can hit anywhere, wherever you get a chance. You can hit. You can punch. But there's a specific point in your body where if you punch there, the impact is more, which is your solar plexus. So where the solar plexus is, so if you see your ribs, your last ribs, under that there's abdomen part, but if you touch the last ribs here, and if you travel up, just follow that rib, and where they meet, just before that point, the soft part begins. That's where you need to punch. That's your target area. Okay? So for the practice purposes, what I'm going to do is line up my hand using that as my target area. So that's my target area. I'm going to line up there. I'm going to keep my left hand extended and then punch with the right hand. Then take right hand back, punch with left hand. There is a reason for taking this back and forth. I'm going to discuss that too. But when you punch there, make sure when you extend your hand, make sure it lines up with that. Second punch comes at the same spot. Same with this. Comes back on the same spot. Point to remember here is when you punch, that's your wrist. You keep it slightly bent downwards, like that. Why? Because that part is just a small area here. You want to get into that area. And if I use my entire fist, I won't be able to get deep in there. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just 2 knuckles. Those 2 knuckles. 1, 2. Those 2 knuckles. First 2 knuckles. Yeah. And I'm going to bend my wrist slightly downwards, not too much, and I'm not going to keep it up, and I'm not going to keep it straight as well. Yeah, just slightly bent. So that's your wrist. Bend it slightly. So by bending it slightly downward, I'm going to go in deep there using my 2 knuckles. Okay? So keep that in mind, and that's how you practice. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you practice. So that's your target area, number 1. Okay? Number 2, now we are going to do the power generation part, and I'm going to discuss about 5 points regarding the power generation. So number 1, your breathing. Okay? So there's a particular way you breathe when you punch. So you breathe in, keep your hand here, and breathe in. And if that hand moves even slightly up or down, in or out, as you breathe in and breathe out, that's the wrong way to breathe. We don't want to breathe through your lungs. I want you to breathe through your abdomen, through your lower abdomen. Yeah. So that part should be moving. See my knot is just there, just below my navel. That lower abdomen does not go up and down. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. keep your hand here. This shouldn't be moving at all. You shouldn't be feeling anything here. The moment you start feeling, that means you're using your lungs to breathe in. Breathe in and out. I want you to use your lower abdomen. Now, because we are punching, and we will be doing punches very fast, very quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're going to do is breathe that way. So quick, short breathe in and quick, short breathe out. Goes to your lower abdomen, out. So I'm going to breathe in, and when I punch, breathe out. Breathe in. When I punch, breathe out. Yeah? Like this. Like this. That's the word. To punch, to breathe. So practice that, and we'll take practice. Nothing. There's no shortcut. So you'll get that through practice. So keep practicing breathing technique. Number 2. So that was number 1. Number 2, when you punch, you want to be relaxed. Yeah? You don't want to tense your body. You don't want to harden your muscles. So if I tense my body, yeah, that's hard. That's tensed. That's actually holding my punch. That hard muscles, that tense muscles. That's the mistake a lot of people do. When they punch, they think they're going to hit very hard if they did that, but that's wrong. So your body is hard, and that's actually holding you back. Yeah? You need to be relaxed and explode at the point of contact. That's where you go bang hard, very hard. That's where you snap. That's where you bring all the energy there at that point. Until then, you're relaxed. Until that point, you're relaxed. You only exert your energy or explode at the point of contact. And I'll discuss how to get the snap. So that's one point. You just relax. Not like that. I'm not getting anything if I make my body stiff. But if I'm relaxed, that's the point. That's the snap we want. My hand travels here, relaxed. But at the point of contact, that's where I'm going to explode. That's number 2. Number 3, now how to get that snap. Yeah? That's how we punch. So when we started learning, I asked you to keep your left hand forward and then pull, punch with your right hand. Pull the right hand, punch with your left hand. So that pulling, that's actually pulling. So imagine you're holding someone, grabbing someone and pulling back. And at the same time, you want to use your elbow to hit someone. Just imagine someone is trying to grab you from behind and you want to use your elbow to hit them. Yeah. So that's your hand, and then you're gonna go. That's the pull. Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want. So when you pull, you will notice this hand, the punching hand. You will notice the snap will automatically come. You will have more speed and more power in your right hand punch. When I pull left hand, when I pull right hand, I have more speed and power in my left hand. I want you to practice both the ways, right? So just relax, practice without moving my left hand, right? I'm not getting that snap, but if I just keep my left hand here, and now I'm going to punch and pull this, thinking that I'm grabbing someone and pulling. At the same time, I'm hitting with my elbow. So that's how I'm going to pull and punch. So the snap will automatically go. Changes. So, right. That's number 3. Number 4. You generate the power from your hip. So you use your hip to generate the power. And every single martial arts, whether you look at Muay Thai, kickboxing, or traditional karate or MMA, they all use their hips. They all use the hip to generate the power. So when they are kicking, so Just that's the movement they use. That move. Yeah. So we need to use our hip to punch. So when my right hand is traveling, my hip is going with that, yeah? And when my left hand is traveling, going to punch, practice. There's no shortcut to practice. You need to practice every day to get that right. Yeah. So I'm going to combine both pulling, punching, and at the same time, I'm going to do the hip movement. I'm going to combine both to add to the power. Yeah. Right. So that's how you generate the power. So all this combining breathing technique, relax, pull and punch, pull and punch, then use your hip. That will give you power in your punches. Final part, number 5, is your, so if you remember, we did these punches in our previous lesson as well. Yeah. Now, the technique is the same. The only part here is the pulling part, because we are not keeping hand up there. So in MMA, you can see, or in the boxing, you can keep your hands there, punch, 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 punch. So there's no pulling action. So if you practice both, you will see there's a difference between the punching traditional way. You will feel there's a little bit more power, but I want you to practice both and write down in the comment which one do you think is more powerful, the traditional way or this one. But when you practice this, make sure you practice movement to generate power as well. So you go that, yeah? Yeah. Breathing. Breathing, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So number 5, when we punch, whether you punch the traditional way, or the Muay Thai way, or the boxing way, or MMA, whatever you want, or the punches, you notice they are going straight. They're going straight. We don't punch like that. It's very rare you will see a professional fighter punching that way. Yeah. You know why? Because the moment you lift your arm up, you're shifting your so you're using the different muscle group. You're using these muscles group here, these muscles. Yeah. So when you lift, you'll be using that muscle group here. Punch. But when you keep your hand close to your body, whether you punch this way and go straight punches, or traditional ways, go straight punches, when your arms are close to your body, this way, and punch, you will be using that muscle group, which is a bigger muscle group. So we will smaller muscle group versus bigger muscle group. So the bigger muscle group will give you more strength in your punches. Yeah. So these are the points you need to remember. Practice. There is no shortcut. Practice, practice, practice. Yeah. Finally, I want to add 2 more variations to the punches. So we learn the middle punch. 1, 2, 3. That's the middle punch, and I told you where to punch. Yeah. Now same punch, same technique, everything same. We're just going to move the direction from here to up a little bit. Target anywhere on the face, anywhere above the neck. Whether you punch neck or anywhere above the neck. Yeah. That's upper punch. Middle punch, upper punch. Now ideal target, the MMA fighters especially, or the Muay Thai fighters, they target this area here. There's quick knockout point, or here, just below your nose. That's the soft, very delicate point. Yeah. So this point here, it's quick knockout point. Here, it's quick knockout point. That's why, if you remember in previous lesson, I said keep your head down, tuck in this chin, tucked in when you fight. That's the reason to protect that. So that's upper, we did middle, and same way we do lower. So lower punch is below your navel. Below your navel and wherever you want to punch. So practice middle, practice lower, practice upper. Now you can practice this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, upper, middle, lower. You can go lower, lower, upper. Try different variations. So that's it for today. Practice, and if you have any question, write down in the comment section. I'll do my best to reply. Thank you so much.